Welcome to Face Yoga Australia. Thank you for signing up to the newsletter and joining this amazing group of people who are all on the same path to really get a natural facelift. Face yoga is an extremely powerful modality where we use over 60 muscles in your face, as well as correction of body posture and becoming aware of what you do in your face itself. So you might never have heard about it, or you were curious, or you even had a taste already. Either way, it is a wonderful modality, and I totally fell in love with it when I actually learned it myself, and I was so touched by it. It was just incredible. So I like to share today a bit of a class with you that is just a taste of what I'm usually providing. And it turned out that this particular welcome video seemed to be the better way to reach everyone, because there are people who are actually logging on to this particular video from all over the world. And of course, that's always a little bit difficult to get the right time. So let me introduce to it. It's basically face yoga is exercising the facial muscles, and with that, creating a different shape of your face. It's similar as if you're going into the gym and you're starting to exercise your muscles. What happens after a while, you see that your body is changing, and that's the same principle in the face, just that in the face, the muscles are directly under the skin, and so it's even easier to see changes. And yes, I have seen changes in all age groups. It's just amazing. My oldest client is 82. So no matter where you are in your life, I totally invite you to try it out. It's fantastic. It has certainly changed my life. I didn't expect at all to achieve any kind of changes, and it has made a massive difference for me. So let me just show you here on this tiny little chart. You get a bit more of an idea how the face looks when we take the skin away. And you can see there are some muscles, they're very long. The one is here starting just above the eyebrow, goes all the way over your head. And others are shorter, for example, like the smile muscles here. We use them a lot for all the expressions around the cheeks and mouth. Then we have some round muscles, circular muscles, like around the eye, as well as around the mouth. However, so let me introduce you to this particular muscle, which I mentioned at the beginning, the very long one, which starts just above the eyebrow and goes all the way over the head. It is involved in any kind of activity in the forehead, like when we open the eyes, for example, with the forehead muscle instead of with the round ring muscles. But it's also involved very often if you have migraines, tension, or headaches in the head. And of course, what happens nowadays, a lot of us are in front of computers for extended periods. And what that actually does is the tension in this particular muscles around the skull, as well as here, if we are concentrating like this with a frown, so, and holding that for a long time, that actually influences the way the rest of the muscles are, in what state they are, if they are tense or relaxed. And just looking at that particular muscle, which I want to do today, can help you to really release tension from the head. And it's such a nice, beautiful exercise which you can do at any time while you work. Like, it's a wonderful way to interrupt your long period in front of computers or gadgets, maybe just for a minute or two. And that could be actually your first exercise you integrate. That's something, by the way, I really love about face yoga. It's very, very easy to integrate into your daily life. You just say, okay, I do one while I, for example, wait for the kettle to boil, or I do another one while I'm just like on my way, maybe in the car even. So there are many opportunities to do these exercises, and that's what I love so much about this modality. It's not hard to actually even add it to a very busy schedule. On the contrary, it actually helps you to balance a little bit more the life, and specifically do something very useful for your body and specifically also for your eyes. So not to go even deeper into lots of very, very interesting things, what happens in our face and how our face is in fact totally influencing the body and vice versa. The body is influencing the face or what's happening in the face. I like to invite you to the first exercise. Now, it's always important that you respect your personal limit. That is one of the most important lessons to learn if you don't do it already. But please, if you feel like the exercise is too much or too strong, just stop it, or maybe you reduce it from the amount or from the length you hold it. And you will find that I will repeat that many, many times. Most of the face yoga exercises are slow. And because they are slow, the muscles have to work even harder, and you get much more benefit of it just by continuing to breathe and actually to coordinate your breathing together with the movement. So I always say, let the breath carry your movement, and that automatically will actually calm you down, and it will help you to just release stress, for example. Okay, so let's start. Before we do that, I actually invite you at this point, if you do have a mirror, you can use that, or you can use your mobile phone in a selfie mode, or just simply look at the screen if you see yourself. So just have a moment and open your eyes really wide and see what happens in your face. So you're opening your eyes wider than you normally would, and see what movements are happening in your face. Just take a moment. And yes, if you do have a mirror, that makes it a little bit easier. Take a moment to really see if you are opening your eyes bigger than you normally would open. What happens? Which muscles are actually involved in this movement? So you might find that, in fact, instead of opening the eyes, you might open the eyes like this, where you totally activate your forehead muscle, this particular muscle we just talked about. So what that actually indicates is that on one hand, of course, you get these unwanted lines. As more we repeat it, as stronger these lines become. But what it also does is that this particular round circular muscle, remember I showed you that on the other chart. Let me show it to you once more. This particular muscle doesn't have the chance to actually get involved in opening the eyes. And as longer we do that, not only do we create here some tension and possibly tension over the entire skull, but we also weaken the ring muscle around the eyes, which is one of the main muscles opening your eyelids. We do have a little bit of hidden muscle as well behind that, and that helps as well to open the lid. But we really want to focus on to actually reducing any kind of droopiness around the eyes. And for that, we need to exercise that particular muscle. Now, of course, I know a lot of you will actually say, look, oh my God, I have all these horizontal lines and I really don't like them. What can I do? Well, this particular exercise, which I will show you right now, will help you to actually prevent this movement coming from the forehead. Okay, so for that, I invite you first to place your feet on the ground. It's really important to have this connection to the floor, to the ground, to the earth. And sit upright without leaning against the backrest. I always leave a bit of space to my backrest so that I'm actually actively sitting. And at that point, just feel for a moment, take a moment to feel the connection as well as the way you feel in your entire body. Now I invite you to actually place your hands on your forehead. That's the way how we will teach the forehead not to get involved when you open the eyes. And to start out with, you want to have a flat forehead. So you don't want to start with any kind of wrinkles already under your hand. Then place the hands one on top of the other, like so. Place the hands on your forehead to prevent any movement. And then open your eyes really wide. And in case you are feeling movement under your hands, make sure to apply a little bit stronger pressure so that you, in fact, can prevent this movement of the forehead muscle. And then squint. And the squinting is activating the lower part of your ring muscle, and it's reducing puffiness around the eyes. And then once more, open the eyes really wide as you can. And hold that. Let's hold it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bravo. And then squint. Activate the muscles underneath your eyes. You feel there is a little bit of tension coming here, and that's what we want. We want to actually exercise that particular part of that muscle. And then once more, open the eyes wide, and you hold that for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then squint again and hold that. Beautiful. And keep it for a moment longer, another 2 seconds. 1, 2, and then close your eyes, drop your hands, and keep your eyes closed. Just feel your eyes and feel your forehead. Make connection with that part of your face. Now keep breathing, and it's really important to have this break in between. Of course, not only for the shoulders, it's a little bit straining to keep up the hands. And saying that, so sometimes, you might be someone who has problems in your shoulder joints, so you can just do the same exercise just with one hand. The hand or with one arm, which is actually the better arm. So for the second round, let's hold that like this, and then open your eyes wide. Again, control your forehead or any movements of your forehead by simply applying a bit of pressure. Hold that another 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then squint. When I squint, I don't close my eyes entirely. I keep my eyes quite open, and I only activate these muscles just under the eye. And once more, open your eyes wide, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then squint, and again, hold it for 5. 1, 2, 3, keep breathing. 4, 5, and one last time, open your eyes wide, really wide, as if you look at something really unusual. A white elephant is passing by, and you just hold that particular open eyes. Don't activate your forehead, and then squint. Make sure you don't close your eyes. You only activate the muscle under your eyelid. And then relax, and once more, close your eyes. Feel your forehead, feel your eyes, and let the eyes rest. Closing the eyes is really good for your eyesight even. It's just a few seconds, and then just open your eyes. Okay, so you can alternate your hands. Let's do it a third time. Most of the exercises I will ask you to do 3 times or 3 sets. So we did this exercise in one set 3 times, but we also do 3 sets. So let's reinforce that once more. The touch of the hand on the forehead is very important, because we found that touch is actually teaching the muscle to relax. I'm starting to understand it doesn't need to be involved when opening the eyes. So let's do that once more. Place your hand on your forehead like so. Hold it. Open your eyes wide. Prevent any kind of movement. If you feel there is some movement under your hand, apply a little bit more pressure. And as I said before, you can really alternate your hands to help your shoulders. And then squint. Remember not to close the eyes. And of course, keep breathing. We want to breathe through the entire exercises. And once more, open the eyes wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. And then squint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last time, open your eyes wide. Prevent any movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And squint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. And drop your hand and close your eyes again. Feel your eyes. Feel your forehead. And notice how they feel right now. At the very beginning, we tuned into that section a little bit to find out what's happening there. And now just compare that to how it feels at this point. Beautiful. And then open your eyes. So, of course, this exercise you can only do when you have your hands free. And as I said before, the touch of the hand on the forehead will teach the eyes to, the forehead to relax and the eyes to open. Now, give it another try without your hand. Open your eyes and have another look at the mirror or at your mobile in the selfie mode so that you can see yourself. Now notice, was there any difference? Maybe it stops actually to be involved, or it's still happening, which is quite common. I mean, we just did our very first exercise today. So be a little bit patient, but you will see you quite quickly can retrain that particular muscle. It doesn't need to be involved. And it's actually preventing any kind of horizontal lines and tension. We really want to reduce the tension in the head and forehead area. Okay, beautiful. So that was called the forehead freeze. So we want to actually teach the forehead to freeze and train the eye muscles so that we are preventing or reversing eye droopiness. Okay, so now let's go back once more to the same position, but this time we will involve the eyes more. And the beautiful thing is this particular exercise I will show you, they help not only to train your eye muscles, the outer muscles, but also to get more mobility in the smaller muscles, which are actually responsible for focusing. And I think we all really need that because most of the time, especially if you are having a job which is involving a lot the computer, we are focusing onto the same distance. And that's the main reason why we actually start to lose our eyesight. The muscles are getting really tight and tense and actually lose their mobility and flexibility to quickly adjust according to where we want to focus, if it's far away or closer. So let's go back once more to that particular hand hold where we place both the hands on the forehead. And let's do that together. Here we are. And you can also, as I said before, you can choose just to use one. Then the eyes are open and we keep them open. Now, I like to invite you to look into different directions. And that means I really want you to stretch your eye muscles as much as possible. So let's start with looking up to the ceiling. I know you will see your hands at this point. Just look up. Beautiful. And then look down. Don't close the eyes, only look down as if you want to look down to your navel. And once more, look up. Keep breathing, relax your shoulders, which is always a bit a tricky one in this position. And once more, look down. Beautiful. And up. Okay, now let's look to the right. And you can see my eyes are open, so really keep your eyes open. And look to the left and keep your eyes open. I want to see your eyes. And once more, go to the right. And go to the left. And again, go to the right. You can see I'm actually speeding up a little bit. And go to the left. And then take your hands down, close your eyes, give your eyes a rest. The rest is as important as the exercise itself, so that the muscle can come back into the resting pose and it doesn't stay in tension. So that's really important. Okay, so let's open the eyes once more. We will do the same thing. Place the hands here. And what you actually want to do, maybe even lift a little bit your forehead. And again, look up, look down, look to the right, look to the left, look up, look to the left, look up, look to the left, look up, look down, look to the right, look up, look to the right, look down, look up, go to the left, look up, look down, go to the left, go to the right, once more up, once more down, and then again, close your eyes, relax your arms, and take a moment to feel your eyes. It might be that you notice that here or there is an area which is harder to reach. It could be that, for example, your left side is just a little bit less mobile. So it's harder to actually move the eye to the left. If you notice that it then doesn't matter wherever it is, up, down, right, left. So if you notice that, then I invite you to specifically repeat that side. So if you have a hard time to really go to the left, then just repeat that a little bit more often. And you might find that it's actually quite strong even in your muscles. Yeah, like you feel it in the eyes, or the eyes feel even a bit strained. So as more often you do it, as more mobility you get there. That is what I meant before when I said the small muscles, which are actually responsible for focusing, are very often tense because we are focusing always on the same distance, specifically if we are working in front of computers, or maybe concentrating on a project and we focus exactly on the same distance. So if you have noticed any of the areas are hard to reach, then I really encourage you to specifically work on that. So let's do once more the same position. And I said you can alternate right or left. So take one of the hands, that's fine too, either one, right or left, whatever is good for you. And again, we will go up, right, and left, but this time more in a circular movement. So let's start with looking up, and remember the forehead is still if there is activity prevented, and then start to go to the left and down and to the right and up, and once more to the left and down and to the right, and look up. And remember to go to the very edge. Really push your eyes a little bit further. You really want to go to the edge. Now reverse. Go to the left. Go down. To the right. Go up. And again. From up, go to the left. Go down. Right. Up. Left. Down. Right. Up, and once more reverse the other direction. No matter which side you started, that's fine. Just go into the other direction and make sure your forehead is completely still. You don't want to move it. Keep breathing and try to relax your shoulders. And then once more, just drop your shoulders and relax. Feel your eyes. You might want to close your eyes once more to be able to really concentrate in what you can feel in your eyes, on your forehead. Beautiful. So there are actually quite a few interesting exercises. every single one, we did 3 different versions of that right now. You can repeat 3 times, and it actually will help you to strengthen your eye muscles and actually open the eye much more than. I like to finish off by giving you some more information, what you can do under the umbrella of Face Yoga Australia. There's so much on offer. It's just absolutely beautiful. We have a live class, which is every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Sydney time. And you can join from wherever you are. We have people joining from the whole world. It's such a beautiful group of women who are supporting each other in their process of wanting to look years younger naturally. This particular program is offered on a monthly basis. You can buy a monthly pass, and then you can participate in the class and get a replay, which is available for a whole month, where you can then practice with that replay. I also offer lots of online as well as in-person workshops, which are themed based, for example, only the eye and forehead or the neck and jawline. So you go a little bit deeper into the different areas and learn very quickly how to work very precise on your face to reshape your entire face. It's again, lots of fun. They're usually 4 hours. If it's online, it's 2 times 2 hours. And of course, you get a replay and can watch the whole thing. And many people work with me one-on-one because, again, my clientele is not only within Australia, but in the entire world. And so we can find the perfect time for you to join. It is super interesting and exciting to work one-on-one because it will be totally tailored to you. You get my full attention, and we will actually create something which actually works for you perfectly to achieve that, what your goals are. I'm looking forward to meeting you.